try to come out here to reset. This is kind of peaceful. Right now, there's nobody watching. I'm out here by myself. People do not understand how much every fucking day takes a lot out of me. Trying to build something up while you're struggling, not happy with your job and all that other shit. It's frustrating. But it's normal. You gotta work right. I worked today from like 9 to 7. I took like a 30-minute nap. And then I woke up and I dread tomorrow. I just feel like every day that I don't control my schedule is a trap. I'm trapped and I'm just trying to break free. You know, I take enough deep breaths to try to calm myself down every day. I can fill up so many balloons. I can start a balloon filling up business. The anger and frustration I feel on a daily basis, if I had to walk it off, I'll probably walk from Florida to Alaska, and by the time I get there, I will melt the snow. 23 years is a long time to suffer. I have been controlled in some form by a job for the last 23 years of my life. And it has caused extreme depression. This life is cheaper than therapy. I'm far from lazy. I just get tired of being just another number. I get tired of being controlled. Like, tomorrow is Saturday. I would rather be at home chilling with my wife and kids. But I'm going to be trying to convince people to buy furniture. And before that, it was trying to convince people to buy a car. And before that, it was me trying to convince people to buy some Spectrum cable and internet service. And before that, it was me driving over the road. And then before that, it was me as a Pepsi delivery driver. And before that, my resume just screams like fucking depressing, man. I swear. We do not talk about how jobs affect our mental health. spend 8+ hours every day doing shit you don't want to do, putting up with shit you don't want to put up with, and they don't even pay you the money that you deserve. Controlling your time for that little amount of money. Every day that somebody controls my time feels like torture to me. 23 long years of being on somebody's clock. But I keep grinding. I keep trying to build up something on my own. I try to make this content to make this thing my own. I think I'm gonna start doing this a lot more now. I think I'm gonna just come out here, vent my frustrations, wipe my tears, pick myself back up and keep grinding until I get the freedom. The freedom to control my time. That's all I want. Not saying this would have changed any events of that day. One of the reasons why I hate the system that we live in so much, one of the reasons why I hate that a job controls my time, the main reason why like that started me on this whole war. My grandmother passed away 12 years ago today. The crazy part about today is it was a Tuesday. I never forget it. I was off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So that Tuesday morning I was going to Tuesday after work I was gonna drive home so my grandma could meet my daughter for the first time. I wanted to call out, but I couldn't afford to. And that's when I realized that jobs controlled me. I found out she passed away at work. So now every day this place I hated was a constant reminder. been live for about 22 minutes. Just trying to reset before I start all over again tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm tired of the grind every day, every day. Appreciate the light. Yeah, every day is draining to me. Like trying to build up this channel, trying to sell furniture, trying to get more people to come in so I can try to make some more money. I'm tired, but it's like I can't sleep. So I just come out here and chill. No, so like I actually had a good week. This is actually my first week, official week selling. I'm just completely drained from the whole journey. I'm 40 years old. I've been working jobs that I do not enjoy for the last 23 years of my life. I feel like I've been going from one trap to another trap. And the furniture business is just a prettier trap. I sold $15,000 worth of furniture this week. I just know that I could do more. I know that I want more. And I know the more money I make, the more I can control my time. So I try to create so many different ways for me to eat because I'm tired of people controlling my time. Yeah, it's stress. I'm tired of people controlling my time. I'm tired of having to convince people. I'm just tired of performing. Like that's why I started this channel. This channel used to be a car channel. This channel used to be called Cars R Us. All I did was post car content, walk around videos. And then I realized that hey, I'm struggling as a car salesman. Not because I'm a bad salesman. It's just like I live in a bad. The economy sucks right now for everybody. And there was nothing that I could do to overcome the bank not giving somebody a loan. There's nothing that you could teach me if the bank said no. I do like furniture sales though. Like it's a lot more laid back. But it's still not something that I just like, oh shit, I just love doing this. I do it because I see this is my only way out. When it comes to sales, there's no such thing as running up the scoreboard. The more people I can reach, the more people that I can sell to. So I turned this channel into a betting channel because I knew I could get people's attention. Like that's why I gave out so many free projections. I posted a lot of free videos. I've been doing that for like the last 2 years. I've grown this channel, but it's still a grind. But I believe in my goals. I believe in my vision. So I just keep fighting through every day, day after day. And I keep betting on myself. I think the most that I won was like 275, I think. Or maybe 310. I can't remember. It's either 275 or 310. Nah, don't feel bad. It's life. It's life. I just yeah, I make a lot of small bets. So like I keep it real with y'all. Like for the last 2 years that I've been betting, I shouldn't be betting at all. I never, like the last 3 years, I could not afford to bet off of what I made. The only reason why I've been able to bet for the last 2 years is because of me making this content. So when people sign up using my promo codes, I took that promo code money and I started winning. I'm smart. I've always thought like this. You never let one person control you. If you give somebody the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you. And I felt like that about Prize Picks. So I knew if Prize Picks was around, there had to be other apps. So back when I started, these companies, they was giving out $100 deposit matches. So when I first signed up for Prize Picks, I put $100 in. They matched it. I started winning money. I took my $100 back out. I started putting it in those other apps and they match it. And I just kept rinsing, repeating. I always think, maybe because I played too many video games, it gotta be a cheat code. So that's when I started looking on YouTube and I started finding these projection tools. Props Made Easy, Eyes Jam, what else? Daily Grind. I knew it had to be a cheat code. And once I started using those tools, I started winning more. But I also started realizing that when I was following those like YouTubers that kept posting their pics, I was betting big. I was believing in locks. I believe in guarantees. But once I started realizing that all of this was luck, and I just needed to survive long enough to keep betting, that's when everything started clicking for me. I started doing a lot of three-man flexes. That way, if I got 2 out of 3, I would at least get my money back. So I have been surviving off of like $5 bets, dollar bets. The only time I take a real risk is when I had a free pick or a protected play. And those are the ones that I hit big on. And then lately, well, Prize Picks started limiting me. I used to be able to bet on like those free picks and those tacos. I used to be able to bet $25 on them. But I started hitting them over the head so much that they limited me down to 5. Because what I would do was I'd take that free pick, you know, those ones that say over 0.5 points, and I'd pair it with a goblin. And I was running double ups on Prize Picks. That's when I started to bet more aggressively. But for the most part, I'm anywhere from $1 to $5. If I'm betting $10, it gotta be a promo. If I'm betting 25, it gotta be like a free pick. But I've been profitable for the last 2 years. I've grinded my way to affiliate deals with OddsJam and Daily Grind. And I was showing people the board for free. So for me, this is how I look at it. This is my goal. Because like I'm not trying to quit working. I just want to be in control over when I work. I always say it's a big difference than working by force and working by choice. So I feel like for me, the goal for me is like 5,000 a month minimum. I don't care if that comes from betting, YouTube, affiliate deals, or my job. The quicker I can make that, the better. Oh yeah, I use Dabble. So that's another thing. Like for me, Dabble was a game changer because Dabble gave me $25 to sign, just for signing up. I don't use Dabble as much now just because of the value on OddsJam and Daily Grind. They don't never really equal up by the time I go over to Dabble to try to get those plays. So I've been taking a break. But yeah, Dabble changed the game for me. I think I've been using Dabble for 2 years and I've only deposited $25 into Dabble. Everything else have been wins and promo money for people signing up using my promo code. So pretty much almost every sports book that was available in Florida, I've already tried it. Because that's the only way I could have kept gambling is by, recycling that promo money, taking that bonus money, and gambling. So like literally this whole channel is just been funded by me doing, like just me hustling. And the only reason why I haven't been like dropping as many free projection videos like I used to is because where I work at now, the signal is bad. So by the time I upload a video, those pics probably would be gone. Then another reason why I slowed down, because I've been trying to build up my furniture channel. Because I can sell furniture to people in another state as long as they live next to a furniture row. If they give me a call, I can set up the order at my store. I went to school for mass media communication. I wanted to be on the radio, TV. I just like marketing. Like every time I see products, I just automatically think, how can I promote this? So I do have a Discord, but I don't really like using it because it's just another job for me to do. So like I didn't want to maintain a Discord. I do have a Dub Club, but like I didn't want to have a Discord. And to be completely honest, I don't even like selling pics because I believe that it's all luck. That's why I don't charge that much for my Dub Club. And also, if people really paid attention, if they emailed me after they sign up using my promo codes, I would give them a free month of my Dub Club. So yeah, Dub Club, that's a website that you can sell your sports betting picks on. The reason why I like using them is because they take the payments. You just, you put in your card info, they take the payments. All I gotta do is just post my picks on there. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't think it's an app, but you can make it on your, let me see if it is an app. Let me go to the app store. Yeah, they do have an app. If you go to any of my older videos, I have a link to the Dub Club in one of those videos. And if you use promo code I hate my job, you get 50% off. So you'll only be paying like $5 for it because I charge $10 a month. And like I was saying earlier, the reason why I charge $10 is because I noticed like everybody else, it's people on there charging $100 a week. Hey, I keep it real. I keep it real that if you use promo code I hate my job, everybody laughs at that. My brother hit me up one day. He was like, bro, your promo code is diabolical. I'm like, hey, man, that's the truth. Like, it's a lot of people out there that feel the way I do, but they don't know how to express themselves or they too ashamed to, like, speak it. Like, at first, I was afraid to talk how I talk because I thought people would look at me like I was lazy. But, like, I'm far from lazy. I just like to have control over my time. I seen what freedom looked like. I've seen what it looks like to have my time controlled by a job. I've worked I've worked two jobs a lot of times. I've made money fast and I've seen what happens when you can get to the money quickly. That's why I like sales. Because if I can get in front of, if I can get in front of people consistently, I know with my personality, I can get to the money. Because my customers now, they don't know how bad I feel every day. But they think I'm like the best person ever, the most, the nicest person ever. Because I have to pull that shit together. But deep down, I'm like, damn, man, like, I'm under pressure to make this sale. But they probably thinking, oh, man, he's so laid back. It's like, yeah, that's how I do it. But like I say, doing that all day is draining. So I hated my job so much, I ended up getting my CDL. I used to do something called drive away. I would pick up a vehicle from point A, I would take it to point B. I was responsible for my travel. I used to drive 20 hours a day. 20 hours a day, which is illegal. Whatever vehicle I drove, that's what I slept in. So I slept in garbage trucks, box trucks, cement mixers, the back of box trucks, the back of UPS trucks, the back of Amazon vans. I got smart towards the end. I started driving RVs because I was guaranteed at least to have a bed or a nice sofa. I wouldn't consider myself a Christian. I was born into it. Of course, I'm black and from the South. It's certain things I take from it. But as far as like the whole, let's see. I be trying to be sensitive about this subject because I know people, everybody needs something to believe in. I just don't believe the stories in the Bible. I guess that's the safest way to say it. I don't believe in any organized religion. I do feel like it gotta be a higher power. It gotta be something that just give us this motivation to keep on pushing and keep on going. As long as you look out for people, I just feel like, I get my reward in the end. But yeah, I definitely believe in something. I just don't know what to call it. Cause it was plenty of times when I was on that road, like I could have died. I fell asleep at the wheel, falling asleep in these vehicles in the desert without the vehicle being on. Near-death accidents. Well, not accidents, but like avoided it before it became an accident. So I definitely feel like I got a bigger purpose. And like I say, man, my purpose is not just to go to work to pay bills and die. Like, break it down like this. If you break it down and you do the math, you work eight, I'm gonna just say like the 16 hours plus every day. And you doing something that you don't enjoy, but you just doing it because you gotta pay bills. You do that day after day until it turns into week after week, month after month, year after year. And then you finally look up and you're like, this is year 23. What have I done? What have I done but make somebody else rich, make somebody else's dream come true? Let somebody else control your time. Tell you work hard and this is how much you're worth. And once you're aware that ignorance is bliss, ignorance is bliss. Before I knew how money worked, before I knew the more money I make, the more freedom I have, the more I knew that I could never accept being a slave again. And that's how I feel every day. That's why I can't sleep, because my brain is constantly like, we are trapped. So yeah, freedom, that's all I want. Like tomorrow, I gotta work from 9 to 8 o'clock. You get off of work from something that drains you all day. Now you come home. You try to pull yourself together for your family. But like now I'm at the point where in the back of my mind it's like, I gotta do this shit all over again tomorrow. I'm never gonna be the person that tells you to enjoy the journey, because the journey ain't fucking fun. But I do it because I know what will happen if I don't. If I stop grinding, I'm going to be stuck. And I will never be able to live with myself. Because I touched freedom before and I know what it feels like. I appreciate that. It was, this is cheaper than therapy. When I told people, I was like, you know what? My job has my whole work history, my resume has affected my mental health. And the more I started dealing with this, the more I started like to try to come out of it, I realized that this is normal. Most people consider this normal. I guarantee it's probably like 95% of the people out there, if they had enough money to pay their bills, they probably wouldn't do what they do for a living. A lot of people, matter of fact, the only reason why I started creating content, because I never wanted to do this. I never wanted to be on camera. I never wanted to make content. I just wanted to be behind the scenes and like just be creative. But life forced me to do it. Cause I realized like I gotta tell my story. So the first content that I started making was like why I don't like my jobs. I just started making skits about how jobs control my time, how I couldn't even enjoy vacations because like the day before the vacation ends, I'm thinking about, damn, I don't want to go back to work. Then when I told people about how I felt, like how jobs, how miserable they made me feel, they was like, I need therapy. And I thought to myself, I can't go to a therapist to tell them that I don't enjoy working for people. I don't enjoy being a slave. I don't enjoy being controlled and not making enough money and living check to check. Because then as soon as I leave the therapist, I got to go back to the same environment that triggers me in the first place. So like to me, that seemed counterproductive. So I came up with this living with 9 to 5 phobia. I started doing videos where I was the therapist and I was the patient. So I really have been documenting my depression for the last 3 years. On this channel, I have a playlist called the Mad Rabbit Shorts. I needed a creative way to vent my frustrations. I did like 15 short episodes. My favorite ones is 6 through 10. That is not acting. That is real, raw emotion. It's a scene where I threw a chair. I threw a chair. When I went back to edit the video, I tried to edit it out where it didn't look like I threw that chair that hard. I showed it to my brother, and my brother was like, damn, you threw the hell out that chair. And I'm like, damn, if you felt that through like that little scene, you should have seen like the real raw uncut footage. I got another video or another playlist on my channel called Have You Seen the Prices of Eggs? It's just another creative way for me to vent my frustration. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out now. That must be very popular because as I'm typing it into Google, it automatically popped up. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body and what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow, is thrown into the fire, while he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all those things will be given to you as well. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So this is what I'll say. Back in the day, those words, they used to provide comfort. But as I grew older, and I just started to realize, like, all right, first let me address the verse. My thing is more of freedom. I want to control my time. I don't want to have to spend my life all the time at work and miss out on family moments, miss out on time like that. So I'm not chasing riches. I'm not chasing any of that. I just want to be comfortable enough to where I can say, cool, if I'm not going to work today, it is not life or death. If I need to miss work because I would rather go to this event, that's what I want to do. So now I just bring it back like with religion. I have watched my family struggle for years financially. And each time they throw out a Bible verse, at some point I'm like, when is this, when is this gonna change? Like at this point of my life, and just like after watching like all of my, Christian family members be in certain situations financially and all that other type of stuff, I just can't find comfort in those words anymore. So it's like, I'm not an atheist. I believe that it is some type of higher power, but I just can't believe in organized religion. Because I just feel like some people have it hard and some people don't. And it's like, yeah, God know my heart. That, like my mom used to always say that, like, God know my heart. I've proven it. Like when I made more, I was a cheerful giver. Like even now, like I don't have like this whole time I've been running this channel, the whole time I've been doing all this sports betting stuff, I have been struggling financially. I could have been hustling on YouTube with this sports betting stuff because I know how people gravitate towards it. I could be just like everybody out here selling locks and guarantees, knowing that all of this is luck. But I chose not to. I chose to give out the projections for free. And all I asked people to do was hit the like and subscribe button because I knew I would get my money from YouTube. But I know it was people out watching my videos, taking pics, winning, and not even hitting the like button. So yeah, I do feel like not Christian, but like yeah, I feel like I do have I reach out to God. I talk to God a lot. When you're out there, and this is what I tell people too, for me to survive on the road, driving 20 hours a day, being in situations that I was in, I know I couldn't have made it without God. Because I was so exhausted out there mentally, physically, missing home, knowing that I got to get to this money, knowing that it's like I don't have anything to fall back on if this does not work. So it's like it had to be God that like when I was tired and I fell asleep at the wheel, woke me up before I crashed. I know it was God when I fell asleep in the back of a box truck in Arizona, in Vegas. Body so tired from driving all day. That heat beating down woke me up. I can't believe any stories in the Bible. Like anything organized religion, I can't believe it. Cause like for me to, so as I got older, this is what I started thinking. For me to believe the stories in the Bible, God do some wild stuff. So let's start off first. If Jesus is God's son. You let your only son die for our sins. Not just die, but get tortured. Then you got stuff like God flooding the earth. Like every time somebody see a rainbow, they like, this is the promise that God, won't flood the earth again. But you're not thinking about, like, you know how many people died in the flood? It's just a lot of stories that I just can't believe anymore. But like I say, I know people need something to believe in, and that's what we were taught. But like I say, as I grown older, I've seen my family believe and be in the same situation and just go generation after generation after generation. Something can't be working. Like somebody got to do something different. Somebody got to question something because it ain't been working. So it's like I got Christian family. I still will go to church, but it's like I'm not going into church. Like I say, I just don't believe anymore. I just go because it's a holiday or I'm going with family. Oh yeah, I do that all the time. That's the only way I pull through. So I come out here like this is my peace. This is my little area. This is a moment where I can chill, where I can think, where I can reset and get my mind ready for the grind of tomorrow. The only reason why I started recording these lives is because I'm trying to build up the channel. So I noticed that like when people watch my lives, it counted as watch hours. But then I also started thinking too, that like the people watching these type of lives, maybe they need some peace too. So yeah, like I focus on God a lot because again, I know that it's a bigger purpose for me that's not includes that's just going to work every day, making enough just to pay bills. So yeah, I look at it like this. I had a rough, I got off of work, I fell asleep. I probably slept for like 30 minutes. And I was struggling, trying to pull myself together. And I wasn't even gonna come out here, but I did. Usually, I don't talk at all. But at the 3-minute mark, I just started talking. I just started venting all of my frustration. Next thing I knew, I closed my eyes. Maybe 5 minutes passed. I opened them and I seen you commenting on my post, commenting on the video. So me just being out here focusing on me getting my energy, God sent me somebody where I could just talk to for a minute. You don't know me, I don't know you. I can just vent. Appreciate you. Things are changing though, so it's like it's just slow. And I tell people that too, like when they like you want it to happen overnight. Nah, with me, it ain't overnight. I've been putting in the work year after year. I've been picking myself up day after day, so it's not overnight. But I also tell people like when you've been suffering for so long, if my pain is instant, I want my relief to be instant. And that's where I'm at right now. But the thing that's like I say, what keeps me going is like I can see I can see my progress. This channel. So I got fired from a Nissan dealership back in 2024, September of 2024. My channel only had maybe like 1,300 subscribers. It was still called Cars R Us. When I got fired from that dealership, they made me delete like over 1,000 plus videos. That's my work ethic. I just kept posting videos because I knew that if I post so many videos, that if you search for that dealership, the first thing that would pop up would be me. When they fired me, I only had about 1,300 subscribers. I wanted to give up then. But that's when I was like, nah, if they want to silence me, I must have some power in my voice. I must be on the right path. So I changed the name to Russ Bets on Russ. And it has two meanings. I do sports betting videos, but I've only been successful when I bet on myself. I'm doing something different. I'm doing something different, but it's also not different. I'm just using social media to help me market myself, to help me reach more people. And I have a different sense of urgency because I have worked these jobs that I do not enjoy. And I've done a lot of them. I was a juvenile detention officer. I did that for 9 years. Budweiser delivery driver, Pepsi delivery driver. I did door-to-door sales, car sales. I've driven over the road. Out of 23 years of working, I was only financially successful for 5 of them. And for those 5 years, the price of freedom ain't free. And then it's like too, like every time too, like my content has saved me. My sports betting has saved me. So I look at that as like God just giving me like, hey, keep going. Like just keep going. And I'm gonna show you. So, so the only reason why I got into it is because my brothers told me that like I would have control over my schedule. I would get to pick which loads I want to do. I would get to pick and choose what I want to do. But the very first load that I did, that company tried to control me. I had already quit my job at Pepsi, so I knew I didn't have anything to go back. So I drove a school bus from Fort Valley, Georgia to Plainview, New York. I had never been over the road. I hated being away from my family. And it took me 3 loads to finally figure out that independent contractor means something. And that's when my whole mindset started to change. I told myself I'm never going to be controlled again by a job. So what I did was I started Googling all different drive-away companies. I found one, I got with them. I seen another one, I got with them. It got to the point where I had 7 different companies. Now legally, you can only drive 11 hours a day. But I had multiple logbooks because my logbook was on my phone. So that's how I was able to drive 20 hours because I always made it look like I was legal. So with drive-away, I'm gonna just give an example. A company would pay you to pick up a vehicle from point A, take it to point B, and then you're responsible for your travel. So I had to be logistics. I had to be my own travel. I had to be my own travel agent. I had to do everything. And that's how I know I can successfully run a business too, because I did all of that exhausted. I did all of that tired. So you know how people talk about jet lag? I used to drive through the time zones, and I used to fly through all 3 time zones 3 or 4 times in a week. Your body is a machine. So once I had built it up, I knew how much I could take out there. So once I got tired, I would pull over to a truck stop or a rest area, and I would sleep in whatever vehicle I was driving. So that was garbage trucks, school buses, box trucks. I got smart and I started doing RVs. But a lot of those nights weren't comfortable. Knowing that I was driving illegally, I was ducking and dodging DOT. So I had that added stress. Because I knew if I got caught, that would be the end. The cool thing about that though was, like, I wasn't just doing that like all 12 months of the year. That's where I came up with my freedom number. If I made 5,000 in a week, I probably would take like a month or 2 off. Cause I beat my body up so much trying to drive. I beat my mind up so much trying to drive and still stay alive and still plan my next move. I'm black. Back then I had dreads. I've gotten pulled over by the police. I've had my RV searched. It was a time a tractor trailer backed up on me. I'm the one that called the police, but they they said it was my fault. I was following too close, which I know was a lie. Those 5 years was a mental grind, but it taught me how money can give you control. I had control of my time. I didn't do what, like if I didn't want to do a load, I didn't have to do a load. And I would tell them that. I started realizing how business works. I started realizing that one company, I'm gonna just give an example. You might not know this, but there's a spot that build the box trucks. When you see a box truck, somebody had to build that box on top of that truck. It's a place called Morgan Body Company. They do that type of work. So I realized that two of the companies that I work for have loads coming out of that same building, but one company would pay more than the other company. So I started playing them against each other so I can make more money. So for the most part, the most people, like people that did drive away were usually old people. So they came into business where like, oh, I get to travel the country. I get to see the country. So they not trying to make money. Me, I came into business and I told them straight up, I'm not doing y'all no type of favors. If the load don't make me money, if the load don't get me to where I need to go, I'm not doing it. And I would tell them that, and there was nothing they could do about it. I had so much control that it was one company. This company fired me 3 times and hired me back. And the reason how they can fire you is that they had a rule that you had to do a load every 30 days. Well, sometimes they didn't fit into my schedule, and I didn't want to do it. So yeah, I had control, but I knew that my body couldn't keep up that same pace. But I learned my lesson. If I have multiple sources of income, if I have multiple ways to get paid, one person can't control me. So I'm bringing that same hustle into YouTube. That's why I don't just promote one sports betting app. That's why when I started betting, I didn't just stay with Prize Picks. If Prize Picks is out there, there got to be another company competing with them. And how can I put them against each other to win? That's why if you're on my channel, you'll see me make props made easy videos, odds jam videos, daily grind videos, prop professor videos. Because I just want another opportunity to make some money. That's why I like sales, because sales is the quickest thing to what I was doing with driving. If somebody comes in the store and buys $20,000 worth, like I'm gonna say, if somebody buys about $25,000 worth of furniture from me, that's probably like $1,000 after taxes. Let's say with the power of social media, with the power of technology that I get, let's say somebody watched one of my videos on YouTube on my furniture channel and they call me just because they seen my video and they say, hey, Russ, I want to order, like I don't want to go into the store, but I want to order this dining room table from you. So I could be putting that sale in over the phone while I'm waiting on people to show up, coming through the door. So like, I'm not just trying to reach my neighborhood. There's a whole world out there. And I know how social media works. Sometimes people don't even care about the product. They just want to say that they bought it from you. Like I also sell wax warmers and like wax bars and other type of stuff like that. And I went live. I went live one day and all I did was I had a setup outside on my back porch and all I did was show the products. You didn't see my face just like you don't see my face now. I didn't start talking until I seen somebody coming. I just sat out here because I like being out here. This lady bought $187 worth of that product from me just because she seen my live, just because we had a good conversation, just because she never seen a man selling these products. What's really crazy about this story is her daughter sold the same products, but she still wanted to help me out. So like that's why I keep going. Like those little small victories let me know the power of my voice. I just gotta reach more people who can buy my products, whatever it is I'm selling, whether it's sports betting, whether it's furniture, whether it's cars, whatever I'm selling. I believe that. I believe that. That's why I don't give up. That's why I don't give up. And like I say, I'm just tired. That's all. Like it's life is a marathon. And I feel like I'm close to the finish line. I don't know if you ever seen like marathon runners when they like fall out before the finish line and they just need somebody to pick them up and help carry them over the finish line. I think that's where I'm at now. Like I've been running this race for so long. Like my legs is tired. My feet are heavy. And I think I'm at that point where like I just need to put my arm on somebody's shoulder and limp my way through the finish line. So like I believe like everything is working out, but like I say, it's moving slowly. So a couple weeks ago, this company called the Creative Sports Network, um, they reached out to me. They emailed me and they was like they want me to live stream their sports. It kind of sucks that I really can't do it how I want to because of my work schedule. But like I still have the ability to now I can stream live sports. Yesterday I got off early and I streamed this wrestling event. And then, like I said earlier, I got affiliate deals with Daily Grind, with Eyes Jam. So it's like I've been getting small little victories. I just haven't stacked enough to where it's like, okay, cool. I can finally relax. I can finally like just breathe easy. Yeah, I do. Like all of that stuff is good. Like all of that stuff is good. Like all of that stuff feels good. But it's like, yeah, man, I'm running out of patience. So it's like, yeah, I do all of that stuff. Like I say, I got the ultimate belief in myself. I got the ultimate belief in my talent. But that don't make the journey easier. So like I feel like for me at this point, I think I use like the words of affirmation. I use all that stuff as a way to cope. And I think like I drunk my own Kool-Aid, but like now I'm at that point like the only thing that's gonna make me feel good is like to actually achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Like I can't be happy until freedom is achieved. Cause I seen it before. Like before when I didn't know what it looked like, before I didn't know what it felt like. I can say like different words like, oh yeah, it's coming, oh yeah, it's this. It's like, no, I can't do that no more. So now it's just try to survive long enough to win. To know that I am going to endure a lot of pain, but like I gotta take every hit and bounce back. I gotta adjust and adapt. So that's how I think now. Like I'm not pretending that the road is easy. I'm not pretending that none of this is fun. Sitting on the dock of the bay. My last name is Redden. I'm a big music fan. I am a big music fan. Some nights I play the old school jam, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Willie Hutch. Half of my right arm is dedicated to music. I got a music scale with music notes, an old school microphone. I got Outkast Aquemini on the tape. I got Goody Mob Soul Food on the CD. Tupac Me Against the World on the CD. Sade Lovers Rock on the CD. I got Willie Hutch, the Mac Motown album, like the record. I got that on the inside of my arm. And I got an iPod with the charger connected to it. The tattoo artist freestyled the charger, and I thought that was cool. And that has Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child, Slight Return playing on the iPod. Yeah, I originally wanted to be like on the radio. I wanted to be like a Quiet Storm DJ. If you check out the history of my channel, I have some videos where I used to go live. I used to call it Late Night Grooves with Russ, where I'll play music back here. I stopped doing them because I don't own the rights to the music, so I wasn't getting paid for it. Like when people watched it over again, so I stopped doing them. Well, I do them from time to time, but I don't do them as much. Yeah, right, man. When the college dropout came out, I was getting ready to drop out of college. I dropped out in '06. So like the crazy thing is, like I went to school for mass media communication. Right now, it's crazy. Like I got into $27,000 worth of debt just for me to do the same thing that I'm doing right now. Anybody can get on YouTube and start a YouTube channel. Anybody can get on and start a podcast. What really blew my mind was like, y'all, all right, so one of the classes I had to take was like a dialogue class. They tried to change the way I talk. And I'm like, man, I am country. I am from Georgia. No matter what I say and how I say it's going to always sound country as hell. Then I thought to myself, y'all let Steve Harvey on the radio. I know this man don't have no degree, but y'all, y'all trying to do this to me? Well, you know, everybody. So it's crazy, like all the stuff that I'm doing, making these videos, editing these videos, posting them on social media, posting them on here, the thumbnails, all of that is marketing. All of that is mass media communication. Like I knew this was coming. I just couldn't, like, I couldn't, like, describe what this feeling was. I couldn't describe, like, I knew that it was going to be a way to make money easily. I knew, like, the old way was dying out. Like, I used to sell CDs back in the day, and I had stopped selling CDs, like, maybe a year earlier before, like, because I just seen it coming. I was like, we will not be using CDs anymore. So, like, I'm going to go ahead and stop selling them now. And I really like Kanye because he sampled a lot of old school music. And like I'm a big fan of it. Like I love samples. Like one of the things like I want to do like if I had control over my time, if I just had like all the free time, I ain't have to worry about bills or nothing, I would learn how to make I would just sample songs all day. I would just sample songs all day, like not to get paid for it. Like I just want to sample songs. One of my favorite Kanye songs is Spaceship. He sampled Marvin Gaye, Distant Lover. And on that song, he was talking about how he hated his job. So yeah. Like that's the pain that I feel like that song. that is the like that is the feeling that I feel every day. Like I just want to get me a spaceship and I fly. Yeah. Like, yeah, I feel that shit. Instead of making beats, just say I made like 10 videos a day for 3 summers. So yeah, the fact that I got over 3,000 subscribers, I deserve to do these numbers. Appreciate that, because people like the old Kanye. Like I said, I was inspired by the college dropout. I just look at it like this: don't nobody know me, so I gotta work twice as hard. And then I gotta work even harder, because like if I'm not coming, like I'm not doing nothing negative, I'm not coming with no negative shit. So it's like I gotta fight through a lot to get seen. It feels good to get this out. I feel more relaxed. I still don't feel sleepy. I still dread going to work in the morning. But like I say, like I know that I have to do it. And I'm just waiting on that one moment to click and it's like, okay, cool. You can take a breath now. You can finally relax. Cause everything is like, we got it lined up now. Now, what I probably should have did, I probably should have took a Benadryl before I came out here, and it probably would have kicked in by now. I don't take them as much because, like, my mind starts to fight through them, and I end up waking up. So sometimes, so for the most part, I don't really dream as much because, like, I don't even like, it's hard for me to fall asleep. So, like, I'll edit videos until I just crash. And then by the time I wake up, I'm like, damn, I don't even remember falling asleep. Now, the last time I had a dream, it was crazy. Like, I had a dream about my uncle who passed away last year. But it was like kind of crazy. But like, I know I woke up because he started walking towards me. And it was like my brain hit the eject button, like, we finna get the hell up out of here. We gotta get the hell up out of here. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like when I finally do go to sleep, it's just my body. Like, you know what, we shutting you down, like, cause it's like my mind still is racing while I'm asleep, but like I can't physically stay up anymore. But like my mind is still running. It's like this is how it is, and this is the best way I can explain it. My brain remember what freedom is, and that's all that it can think of. And anything that is not freedom is just a fight to get back to it. So what I found out, like, this type of music does help me. So I try to find something that plays all night. My memory is not the best. Didn't you say that you plan on starting a Twitch? Kick, okay, okay. Man, there's so many different things out there. Kick, switch, twitch, switch. I sound like an old man now. So me personally, at this moment, I don't have any interest in doing it. But like I say, soon as you do it, soon as you sign up, let me know, and I'll be one of the first ones to follow you. Hey, I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to try to build something, especially something that you enjoy doing. So if I can make it easier for you, hey. I told somebody else that too. Like if somebody else, I can't remember who it was, but I told them as soon as you sign up, let me know. They never did. What video games you play? I haven't played my Xbox in 3 years. Matter of fact, I unplugged it because my son kept going and turning it on. So I unplugged it so he wouldn't turn it on anymore. But also, I think it's a good thing because I don't really like how the gaming industry's try to hustle people now. Where you gotta buy DLC, you gotta buy different deluxe packages to get extra players, and video games just became a bigger money grab for them not to add anything, especially Madden 2K. I'm gonna have to Google it and see what that one is. I don't think I heard of that one. Your name is Buddy Love. Are you a fan of the Nutty Professor? That first one was my favorite. My favorite part on the second one is at the end when Janet Jackson was making them drink the water, pretty water. That's my favorite part. And then they was asking him a question to see if he got his knowledge back, And then he answered the question wrong, and his dad just put him in, just dunked his head in the water. Sharon, no matter what, you got to strut. I used to just randomly blurt out like it didn't even have nothing to do with anything. I got a date at the alumni ball. You got a date with linoleum. I remember as soon as I read it, I just remember the scene because what's the name? Carla was like, "Do you got a last name?" All right, buddy love, I appreciate you chilling with me. I think I gotta go ahead and try to force myself to get some sleep. If you got goals and you got dreams, keep grinding, no matter how hard it is. And believe me, I know it's hard. Always bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. And thank you for betting on Russ.